Left-wing versus right-wing political ideology, a deep dive. Context. Core ideologies of the left wing. Economic equality and social welfare. Left-wing ideologies generally prioritize reducing economic inequality and promoting social welfare. They advocate for redistributive policies such as progressive taxation, social safety nets, and public services like healthcare and education. The aim is to create a more equitable society where wealth and resources are shared more evenly. Government intervention in the economy. Left-wing thought typically supports a more significant role for the government in regulating the economy. This can include government ownership or control of certain sectors, like utilities or healthcare, regulations to protect workers and consumers, and policies to promote social welfare. Social progressivism. The left wing tends to support progressive social policies, advocating for civil rights, gender equality, LGBTQ+ rights, and multiculturalism. They emphasize social justice and seek to address historical inequalities and systemic discrimination. Environmentalism. Many left-wing ideologies prioritize environmental protection and sustainability. This can involve strong support for regulations to reduce carbon emissions, investment in renewable energy, and conservation efforts to protect natural resources. Internationalism. Left-wing ideologies often favor international cooperation, multilateralism, and policies that promote global social justice. This can include support for international institutions, global climate agreements, and foreign aid. Core ideologies of the right wing. Economic individualism and free markets. Right-wing ideologies emphasize free market capitalism, limited government intervention, and individual entrepreneurship. They argue that a free market economy is the most efficient way to allocate resources and create wealth. This often translates to support for lower taxes, deregulation, and privatization of public services. Limited government and personal responsibility. The right wing typically advocates for limited government involvement in both economic and personal matters. They emphasize personal responsibility, individual freedoms, and the protection of private property rights. The role of government should be to provide security, enforce contracts, and protect individual liberties, rather than managing economic or social outcomes. Social conservatism. Many right-wing ideologies are socially conservative, promoting traditional values and institutions such as the family, religion, and national identity. They may oppose rapid social changes and support policies that they believe preserve cultural heritage and societal stability. Nationalism and sovereignty. The right wing often emphasizes national sovereignty, border security, and a strong national defense. They may prioritize national interests over international cooperation and be skeptical of supranational organizations or agreements that they perceive as infringing on national sovereignty. Law and order. Right-wing ideologies generally stress the importance of law and order, advocating for strict enforcement of laws, strong criminal justice policies, and a well-funded police and military to ensure security and stability. Spectrum and variations within each wing. While the terms left wing and right wing provide a general framework for understanding political ideologies, there is a wide range of beliefs within each category. These ideologies can range from moderate to extreme, with various subcategories that include left-wing social democracy supports a mixed economy with both private and public ownership, a strong welfare state, and democratic governance. Democratic socialism, advocates for extensive public ownership and democratic control of the means of production while maintaining democratic political systems. Communism calls for the abolition of private property and a classless, stateless society where all means of production are collectively owned. Progressivism focuses on reforming society and government to achieve greater equality and justice, often through legislative and regulatory measures. Right-wing conservatism emphasizes tradition, gradual change, and skepticism toward government intervention in markets and personal lives. Libertarianism advocates for minimal government involvement in both economic and personal matters, prioritizing individual freedom and autonomy. Nationalism stresses national sovereignty, identity, and interests, often with a focus on cultural or ethnic unity. Fascism, an authoritarian ideology that combines ultra-nationalism with dictatorial power, suppression of opposition, and often a strong emphasis on militarism. Global perspectives. The concepts of left and right are not static and can vary significantly across different countries and political cultures. In the United States, the left is typically associated with the Democratic Party, while the right aligns with the Republican Party. In Europe, left-wing parties might be more closely aligned with social democracy or democratic socialism, while right-wing parties might range from moderate conservatives to far-right nationalists. Key differences: economics. The left advocates for wealth redistribution and social welfare programs, while the right supports free markets, lower taxes, and minimal government intervention. Social policies. The left is generally more progressive, favoring social change and diversity, while the right tends to be more conservative, favoring tradition and stability. Role of government. The left supports a more active government role in both the economy and social matters, while the right seeks limited government intervention and emphasizes individual freedoms. International relations. The left is often more internationalist, while the right emphasizes national sovereignty and interests. Conclusion. The divide between left-wing and right-wing ideologies is central to political discourse globally, shaping debates on everything from economic policy to social justice to international relations. Understanding these ideologies provides a framework for navigating the complexities of modern politics and recognizing the diversity of thought within each camp. Would you like to explore any specific aspect of these ideologies in more detail? Make the background music informative.